It's time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. We'll see Team World and USA.
And I'm not sure if anyone will make some history here tonight, but the Rising Stars Challenge has seen its share of miraculous performances in the past. I'll always remember David Lee going a perfect 14 of 14 from the floor in that 2007 game.
And now the opening lineup for Team World. We've got Hachimura. Doncic out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Barrett and it's Clark in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. For three, Bridges. Rebound by Team World. You talked about David Lee's perfect shooting performance back in 2007. Greg, how about Kyrie Irving bearing all those threes? I think he had 8 in 2012. Both those guys earned the MVP awards in those games.
And no doubt remarkable nights that were put on display by those guys. Still, if you want to talk about pure explosiveness, though, I think no one has been able to top Kevin Durant's 42-point effort back in 2009 in this contest.
Phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Morant scanning the floor.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And then Morant slams it in.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we can add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that slam was a raise the roofer.
And Clark has got the ball here for Team World.
And for as much offense as the All-Star Game features, I mean, the Rising Stars Challenge typically gives us even more scoring. I mean, this is an action-packed event year in and year out. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thank you. I was able to catch up with the head coach for USA. He said, now this event is really about the future of this league. It's a chance for young players to measure the development against their peers. And it sure sounds like he enjoys instructing these guys, giving them some of his knowledge. That's the teaching part of coaching. Guys?
Thanks, David. And USA making a change here. Washington's checked in. To the inside, Young, and the layup's good off the glass. You talked about, Greg, the high scoring in this game over the years, and there have been some incredible totals, often up in the 140s and higher. It was only a few years ago that the winning team, scored 163 points.
That's right. Yeah, I will never forget that. And it's part of what makes this game so fun. I mean, we don't come to the All-Star Week looking for great defense. We want to see these young fellas get out and run.
And here is Bridges after Luka Doncic hitting the three. And here's Young from the arc. Offensive rebound, and that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. And USA with some changes. Sexton comes in for John Morant. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Young. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star Game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Doncic looking it over. No good on the three. Bridges outside. The open look here for Sexton. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Team World leads by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we're glad to have you along as we resume the action at the Rising Stars Challenge. Some great careers in store for these young men.
And what a showcase this game has been for the league's best and brightest young stars.
And, you know, one of my favorite things is seeing the camaraderie between the players. I mean, both of these teams really enjoying playing together and against each other.
Miles Bridges is out there with Washington. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then it's Zion Williamson. And it's Morant in at the point. And for Team World, we've got Gilgeous-Alexander. R.J. Barrett is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's Doncic, and it's Clark in at the 5 down low.
And guys, I tell you what, they are getting after it on both ends here tonight. This game isn't all about offense this year.
Yeah, it's really been a competitive contest. It's not just the show. These teams are getting after it.
And for USA, P.J. Washington is out there with Miles Bridges. Then it's Morant. Then there's Colin Sexton. And it's Williamson in at the center, filling out the middle.
Team foul.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's being called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Trae Young, he's checked in for USA. And so Sexton will bring it up for USA. Trailing by 2. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And it's just thinking about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the basket by John Morant. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
Largely because of that length, Gilgeous-Alexander feeling confident attacking inside.
Young against Doncic. Sexton for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Sexton's got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Young finds Morant. Unloads from 13. Young, no good. Team World leading by 3. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Barrett gets it to go.
Moves like that will help Barrett become a more well-rounded threat. Nice ball control.
Here's Young. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5. Doncic against Young. Doncic kicks to Hachimura. Count it, good. Hachimura's got the lead up to 5 now for Team World.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Team World out in front. They're up by 5. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Taking a look at Team World, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
They're running a smooth offense tonight, creating high-quality shots. Motion sharp, sharp as a razor. Their spacing is excellent. They're moving the ball well. I love the way this team is playing.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Right now, they're playing well only on one end of the court. All their energy has been spent on the offensive end. And that's the change. We're just going to keep giving up easy buckets, and the game's going to get away from them.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And it's time to get back into it at the Rising Stars Challenge. A night none of these young players will ever forget, I'm sure.
Oh, to be young and athletic. Just a ton of energy out there on the floor tonight.
Yeah, you know, like we see every year, these young guys are super excited to be playing in this game, and that excitement comes out onto the court.
So, Team World's 5 right now. We've got Brandon Clark, Hachimura out there with R.J. Barrett. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the shooting guard.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And, you know, this game has had a lot of different looks to it over the years. I mean, it began as the Rookie Challenge back in '94, and since then we've seen the format change a number of times.
And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
And the basket is good. Doncic has got 10.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Well, Greg, you mentioned the various format changes to this game, but the one thing that never changes, as we've talked about, is the entertainment value. It's always the greatest young players in the NBA putting on a whale of a performance.
Absolutely. Whether it's Team World versus Team USA, the draft format, rookies versus sophomores, or whatever.
Right.
Never fails to give the fans their money's worth.
Now Barrett following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. And that one drops for him. And now a 9-point Team World lead.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with it.
The pass to Bridges. Now Young. Bridges finds Morant. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Barrett. Basket counts. He's got 8.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Bridges against Barrett. Back to Morant. Here's the teardrop. It's Clark with the rebound. And Clark has got the ball here for Team World. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. And here's Doncic from the arc. Sinks the triple. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And USA with some changes. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Williamson. Colin Sexton comes in for Ja Morant. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Trae Young. And a change for Team World. Mo Wagner's checked in for Brandon Clark. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Inside, Sexton. They need this. Rebound by Team World.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Here's Doncic. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
With the score.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And as we end the third quarter, a double. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Welcome back as we get a glimpse of the future here at the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it has been a fantastic game up to this point.
It certainly has. I mean, we know these young fellas can play, and they are putting on a show.
Devontae Graham is out there with Sexton. And there's Jackson. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Bridges, and it's the threesome. And Doncic gets it to go.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Jackson. The offensive rebound. Bridges. It's tipped.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
2 shots.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Team World.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for USA. Young comes in for Devontae Graham. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Barrett. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. And Team World leads by 18. The USA calls time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
You know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And USA making a change here. Williamson's checked in. Clark, he's checked in for Team World. Now, here's Bridges. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Morant. A three-pointer is right on target.
Continuing to gain trust in that three-point shot. Each trade that Ja makes builds his confidence.
Now, here's Doncic, and that one, good. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Back to Young. Bridges for 3. The shot comes out, and Team World will come the other way. Doncic against Young, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
First personal foul.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
And USA with some changes. Eric Paschall, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Devontae Graham comes in for Morant, and it's Kendrick Nunn in for Trae Young.
Now an MVP caliber player, Doncic's drive is evident. I mean, he's somebody that wants to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's well on his way based on what he's done thus far.
And Williamson throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding him.
Luka Doncic at the line.
And the first one at the line is good. And USA with some changes. Washington's checked in for Zion Williamson. And it's Colin Sexton in for Bridges. Both free throws good from Doncic. USA trails by 20. Outside, Sexton. Here's Paschall. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Clark. Here's Barrett. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 for Doncic. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now, here's Washington. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Hachimura. For 3, Barrett. And they'll get another chance. Lets the 3 fly. Nunn grabs the board. Now here's Graham. So no problem for Team World as they get the win.
That's the end of the game.
What a terrific game. I tell you what, these young players are going to give us years of excitement to come. The future of the NBA is looking very bright with these guys, Kevin.
Terrific young players. It sure is. You're right, Greg. And This really was a fun contest to watch, as it always is. We hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. Thanks so much for joining us. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.